Hello and welcome to Cavs Daily, your one-stop shop for everything Cavs related. I'm your host, Paul Williams. Appreciate you guys joining me tonight, working out of the studio as I'm back and forth on the radio, but had to do Cavs Daily. You know, we aren't going a day without dropping a banger for you guys. If you could, before we get started today, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, let me know if you have any questions or suggestions for topics or just the channel in general. It's always appreciated. And with that, let's get to the first topic, which is the Cavs' early schedule to start the season. We are only about 10, 11 days away now from the season tipping off, which is crazy to think about. But the Cavs will be in Madison Square Garden on October 22nd to open things up against the New York Knicks. And that starts a swing where the Cavs have 4 road games in their first 5 games of the season, which can get a little tricky. I mean, it's never easy to navigate road trips that have like a one home game thrown in the middle of it. It's really like that's just part of the road trip at that point. So not the easiest start by the Cavs and the NBA schedule makers, but some of the teams that they are facing during that time makes it a little more bearable. After going to take on the Knicks on the 22nd, the Cavs will take on the Nets a couple days after that, and then they will head home for their home opener on October 26th against the Milwaukee Bucks before heading on the road that same night as they have their first back-to-back of the season, and it's a home-away back-to-back where they'll be taking on the Detroit Pistons on that following Monday. And then just a couple days after that, they'll fly to Boston to take on the Celtics before returning home to face the Raptors, Hawks, and 76ers. So interesting start, to say the least. I mean, at least some of the teams aren't the top tier teams in the NBA. And, I mean, they're all Eastern Conference teams. And, I mean, you do face the Knicks in there, the Bucks in there, the Pistons. Actually, I take it back. That's kind of a bit of a tough start. Even the Celtics, I mean, in Boston, it's not going to be a super easy game. And like I said, the Raptors, I kind of like them this year. The Hawks are supposed to be one of the better teams in the East. And the 76ers, if they could be healthy, also looking to be one of the better teams in the East. So that's a pretty tough start, even though it's all Eastern Conference teams. It's still not easy by any means. The Knicks, I think the Cavs, even though they'll be away on 4 of their first 5, I think they'll start 4-1. I'll give them one mulligan in that. And after they come home for that homestand with the Hawks, 76ers, and the Raptors, they fly out to take on the Wizards and then come back home for the Bulls. So through the first 8 games, I definitely see the Cavs 8-2 or 7-3. They will have some more balance with more home games as you go on into the latter half of that. So, yeah, it's a bit of a tough start for the Cavs with the road games and some of the top Eastern Conference foes right off the bat. But, hey, bring it. I think we're ready for it. And I think it'll be interesting to see how this team does without Darius and without Max Strus starting the season in a little bit of a tough stretch. So excited to see, and we're only a couple weeks away. Now, another thing that caught my eye while looking at some Cavs news today was a mock trade from Heavy.com as they proposed the Cavs sending Darius Garland to the New Orleans Pelicans for DeJounte Murray, Derek Queen, their first-round pick this year, and a future first-round pick. Now, I mean, honestly, it's not that terrible. A lot of times you see these trade proposals, especially for Cavs players. They're so disrespected. It's ridiculous. We're tired of it. We're not accepting any of those trash trades. But this one really wasn't that horrible, if I'm being honest. Now, I'm just going to tell you flat out, no, I wouldn't do it. I value Garland more than that, but Murray, when healthy, which he's not right now, he's coming back from a torn Achilles. He should come back early in the season, kind of like Darius, honestly. So that's a wash, I guess. But that injury is obviously a lot worse to come back from. And he's battled a lot of injuries himself throughout the years. Looked like a budding star when he started his career in San Antonio. Kind of just never really materialized to that extent. He was a good player, though, a very good player. Was traded to Atlanta in a haul as the Spurs got a ton of value before people realized he might not be that next coming top end point guard. After a disappointing season with the Hawks, he ended up with the Pelicans, who now just have a weird team and a lot of weird fits, and who knows what direction they're going. So I could see them maybe taking a swing at a trade like this and seeing if pairing up a true dynamic point guard like Darius Garland with Zion and some of the young guys could maybe get them into the playoffs. But if I'm the Cavs, I don't do it. It's just not worth breaking up the core for injury-prone guy who never really got to his ceiling or even close to it and is now on the back half of his career. Like I said, Murray was a popular player for a while and a popular pick to be like the next coming, but that just hasn't materialized. And while I do think he still has some good basketball left in him, if he could get back healthy and stay healthy, just not worth it to me to give up Garland, even with the first rounders thrown in. So that's a no for me, dog. But what do you guys think? Would you do it? Would you not? Am I tripping? Let me know. And to the next topic of the day. It seems like the Cavs might have already given us the answer to who's going to be the starting point guard while Darius Garland is out. I think it's been obvious through the first couple of preseason games, and it's pretty much what I had hoped for and predicted would happen. The Cavs are just going to slide Donovan down to the 1 and have either Sam Merrill or Jalen Tyson play the 2 with DeAndre Hunter at the 3, Evan Mobley at the 4, and Jared Allen at the 5. I think that works out just fine. Donovan also played some point guard in the playoffs last year when Darius was out. Yeah, we had some tough games, but I don't think it was on Donovan or him playing point guard. He can't handle that position, and I just like how it keeps Lonzo where he needs to be at as the backup point guard, not a starting point guard, taking on that type of load. So I love it. I'm with that. Honestly, I want Lonzo to stay in that backup role so bad. Even if they decided they want to go away from Donovan Mitchell playing point guard, I'd much rather have like Craig Porter start, or maybe we sign Beasley and have him start at point guard rather than bring Lonzo into the starting role. I just don't think it's worth it, and I don't think it's worth the risk to his health. So it was good to see that Kenny Atkinson did roll out that lineup. Well, both games they rolled out the same starting lineup with Donovan at the 1 and Tyson at the 2 and so on and so forth. Merrill's been out, so that spot's still undecided. It could be Merrill or Tyson. I still probably lean Merrill as what I think the coach is going to do, not what I would do. I mean, I might do the same. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it at another time. But, yeah, that's just what it looks like. What I feel the coach is going to lean towards in the regular season. I think it'll be Donovan, Merrill, Hunter, Mobley, Allen. But I do think we know that it's at least going to be Donovan taking over the point guard duties to start the season. I think we have that answer. And to wrap things up today, wanted to just bring you guys in a little bit. I appreciate when you guys interact and drop your comments, drop how you feel about something I'm talking about. And I wanted to just respond to a few of them or just read a few of them off because I think it's like cool and funny that you guys interact and say some of the things you say. First, we were talking about the ESPN ranks, and I was saying how ridiculous it was that Wemby, among some other guys, were in the top 10, and for Wemby, top 5. We had Doc Joby tell me flat out, Wemby is top 5. Yes, he is. LeBron is top 10. Yes, he is. And Doc Joby, bro, you beyond me. I appreciate it. I know you only probably, well, I'm guessing you only want the best for me. I don't see why you wouldn't. So I do. I appreciate all your interactions, bro. Please know when it comes to the titles, I don't do all that stuff. I I'm just the host of the show. I'm just the talking piece that knows the Cavs way too well and loves the Cavs way too much. But I do always appreciate the feedback, man, and we're always going to be working to get better. We also had on a different video of mine talking about rotations, things of that nature. We had Jonathan Early, K5F, ask, who do you think is going to be that spark off the bench since Ty is gone? I think that's a great question, and I think that we have a few guys that are going to kind of come together to be that, and I think Thomas Bryant is going to play a big part in that, even if he doesn't play a ton of minutes. Just the energy when he does play and his energy while he's on the bench and around the guys. I think he'll be someone that really helps with that. And I think Larry Nance Jr., one of those two guys will be on the court coming off the bench a lot of times. And I think either one of those guys, even though it's from a different position, they will bring that energy, and it will. I don't think we're going to miss Ty Jerome at all. And I think his energy just came off when he got hot, and we have guys that could get hot at any time. So I think we'll be fine in that regard. I do get what you're referring to, because there were some times he did come in and you could just feel him kind of change the game. So I do get it. And the final one I want to just highlight a little bit, we were talking about who would you rather have on the Cavs, Russell Westbrook or Malik Beasley? And my dog, FC Draw, who's very active with me, and I appreciate you, bro, a lot for that. He said he'd take Westbrook over Beasley. He said Westbrook would give the team some much-needed toughness, which I agree with. And he's going to play with his heart out in the playoffs, which I also agree with. And he said, plus, other than dressing weird, he doesn't have any off-court issues, and his wife is a psychiatrist, so she could help keep him in the right headspace. Russ to Cleveland all the way. I'm with you all the way on that one. Everything, all your explanations, you're on top of it, Jarl. I don't really have anything else to even add to that. I think in the same video I did say I think Beasley would probably be a better fit right now, but the more I thought about it and how much I love and respect Russ, I'm rolling with your answer, and yeah, I wouldn't mind bringing Westbrook on board if we were choosing between the two. Now, I gotta wrap it up, guys, because still got some other stuff to do here, but don't worry, I will be back tomorrow with another banger. If you guys still with me right now, please hit that subscribe button before you go. We're on our way to 100. Should blow by that before the season starts, and then we can make some new goals. I appreciate you guys, man. Didn't know how this would go, but you guys have been backing me, and it means the world to me, and I'm just going to keep getting better for you. So until I talk to you guys tomorrow, have a wonderful day. Thanks again.